The scope and nature of occupational health and safety. The study of health and safety involves the study of many subjects including sciences, chemistry, physics and biology, engineering, psychology, sociology and the law. Define health, safety, welfare, hazard. Definitions are: 1. Health. The absence of disease. For example, asbestos creates a health risk because if you inhale asbestos dust you may contract lung cancer. 2. Safety. The absence of risk of serious personal injury, for example walking under a load suspended from a crane during a lifting operation is not safe because if load falls serious personnel injuries or death could result. Staying out of danger area results safety. 3. Welfare. Access to basic facilities, such as toilet facility, hand wash station, changing rooms, rest places and where food can be prepared and eaten in hygienic conditions, drinking water and first aid provision. 4. Accident. An unplanned, unwanted event which leads to injury or loss, for example. 5. Near miss. An unplanned, unwanted event that had the potential to lead to injury but did not in fact do so. For example, a worker drops a brick from 5-meter-high scaffold and it narrowly misses another worker standing on the ground. No injury result and brick not even broken. 6. Hazard. Something with the potential to cause harm. For example, a lorry moving around a site road is a hazard because it might run over a worker. Hazard can be classified as 1. Physical, things which cause harm because of their physical characteristics, for example electricity, work at height, radiation, vibration, noise, heat, trip hazards. 2. Chemical, things which can cause harm because of their chemical characteristics, C.G. lead, mercury, sulfuric acid, cement dust etc. 3. Biological, living microorganism that cause disease and ill health, for example hepatitis B virus, Legionella bacteria. 4. Ergonomic, stress and strain put on the body through posture and movement, for example frequent repetitive handling of small boxes. 5. Psychological, things that have the potential to cause injury to the mind rather than the body, for example exposure to a highly traumatic event. 7. Risk. The likelihood that hazards will cause harm in combination with the severity of injury. 8. Dangerous occurrence. A specified event that has to be reported to relevant authority by statute law, even if the event did not lead to fatality or major injury of a worker. 9. Environmental protection. The prevention for damage to the air, land and water. 10. Work-related ill health. Diseases or medical conditions caused by a person's work. 11. Commuting accident. An accident to a worker that occurs when they are traveling to or from 1. Their workplace. 2. The place where they take a meal during working hours. 3. Place where they collect their pay. In order to understand health and safety issue you need to familiar with following things. The technical background to the issue and have relevant knowledge. The standards that may apply to the workplace. The possible strengths and weaknesses of the various options that are available to solve the problem. Outline the reasons why an organization should manage health and safety. There are following main 3 reasons why an organization has to manage health and safety. Moral, social, and economic. 1. Moral. This about moral duty that one person has to another. Many people killed, injured by other people work which is morally unacceptable. 2. Social. Legal reason related to framework of law that governs the conduct of business and organization. The legal responsibility for health and safety at work rests primarily on the employer. The employer has duty to provide the following: safe place of work, safe plant and equipment, safe system of work, training, supervision and competency of staff. 3. Economic. Accident and ill health cost money. When an accident occurs, there will be direct and indirect costs associated with the event. Some of these losses can be insured against, many of them will be uninsured. When an accident occurs, there are two types of losses that the organization may face: direct costs and indirect costs. Outline the direct and indirect costs that might arise from a workplace accident. The business case for health and safety. The business case of health and safety is simply that accident and ill health cost money. When an accident occurs, there will be direct and indirect cost associated with event. Direct costs. The measurable costs arising directly from the accident, for example first aid treatment, worker sick pay, repairs to or replacement of damaged equipment, fines in the criminal courts. Indirect costs. Those costs which are indirectly as a consequences, for example loss of staff from productive duties in order to investigate the incident, prepare reports, deal with relatives, attend court proceeding, loss of staff morale, loss of goodwill of customers and damage to public and industrial image. Uninsured costs. It has been estimated that uninsured losses are between 8 and 36 times greater than insured losses. Some examples of uninsured losses: loss of raw materials due to accident, sick pay for injured workers, overtime to make up for lost production, repair to damaged equipment. Outline the legal duties that an employer has to comply with. Employer's responsibilities. 1. To ensure that the workplace, machinery, equipment and processes under their control are safe and without risk to health. 2. To ensure that the chemical, physical and biological substances and agents under their control are without risk to health. 3. To provide adequate protective clothing and protective equipment to prevent risk of accident or adverse effects on health. 4. To provide appropriate instruction and training. 5. To provide necessary supervision. 6. To ensure that the hours of work do not adversely affect employees' health. 7. To remove any physical and mental fatigue. What are the organizational requirements for effective health and safety management? Health and safety management system. 1. Policy. 2. Organizing. 3. Planning and implementing. 4. Evaluation. 5. Action for improvement. 6. Audit. 7. Continual improvement. Policy. A clear statement is to be made to establish health and safety as a prime commitment at all levels of organization, particularly at the top. Organizing. A framework of roles and responsibilities for health and safety must be created within the organization from top management to down to the floor. Planning and implementing. Detailed arrangement must be made for the management of health and safety. Central to this idea is the concept of risk assessment and the identification and implementation of safe systems of work and protective measures. Evaluation. Methods must be developing to monitor and review the effectiveness of the arrangements put into place. This might be done reactively, for example by reviewing accident and ill health statistics reports. Action for improvement. Any identified by the review process must be corrected as soon as possible by making any required action. Audit. to ensure that all parts are working acceptably well by systematic and critical examination of the safety management system. Continual improvement. The intention is safety management system will develop over the time to become increasingly appropriate and useful for company.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.